Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
James Holder, iPhone TV, in association with Matt King's Jim About. We're in Belfast today for the press conference. Carl Frampton v Leo Santa Cruz 2. With me, I've got trainer Shane McGuigan. Firstly, how do you think that went, mate?
Yeah, very, very polite to each other, very civil. Lot of animosity between the two of them. You know, when it gets in the ring, but you know, face to face, they're very. They're very polite and they're just true gentlemen that can fight a bit. That's the way it is.
I've got to say, fantastic turnout for Carl Frampton, as you would expect here in Belfast, being a multi-weight world champion. It's great to see the people really getting behind him here.
Yeah, exactly. No, they turned out. They haven't had a press conference since that last Quig one. So, and that was, they came out in hundreds then as well. We couldn't get a room that was big enough. I think there's maximum capacity 400 or 500 in here today, and they jammed it. So people queuing outside. So it's, for anyone who didn't get in, I'm sorry, but it's all they had in the Belfast. But no, it's amazing to see it. They also get a chance to see, 3-weight world champion in Leo Santa Cruz and welcome him to City. They didn't have as much time for Scott Quigg, but because they recognise Leo as a genuine fighter. So. No, it's good. I mean, tomorrow I've got the Bellew Hay press conference. I think that'll be a different change in tune, but it's all good.
Let's talk a little bit about Leo Santa Cruz. Obviously, he was in sort of a hard place in the first camp with his dad being diagnosed with cancer during the camp. He wasn't available for ready training. Are you expecting a different Leo Santa Cruz this time with his dad being sort of more influential in the training camp?
Not really. I think his brother does a lot of his pad work. I don't know how much of an influence. His dad's kind of more of a controlling sort of person and more of a mentor. I don't think he comes up with the tactical game plans. It's both his brothers fought and stuff, so they do a lot of the hands-on stuff. Maybe from an inspiration point of view, maybe he'll train a little bit harder because his dad's there and his dad's gone through cancer. Maybe that'll give him an extra couple of percent. And when you're looking at it in a fight like this, that's what he probably feels he needs. It's a close fight. Give it a couple more percent and he would have got the victory. But Carl, as he said in the press conference, once he spars with someone, once he fights with someone, the second time round, I've never seen him win a spar the first time or even lose a spar the first time and come back and not better himself in the second one. He always comes back and figures them out. And I think that's why I wanted this fight. We had a 6-month rematch clause, but that's why I called for it straight away, because it's fresh in his mind. He knows what's in front of him, and I believe Carl is much more. He's able to adapt. He's able to create different angles. He went back in straight lines. Didn't look at where he was placing the shots from the inside. Just winged with him. I think there's a couple of things we can do, and I think he can beat him a lot more convincingly.
How comfortable is Carl this time around? Second fight at featherweight, being used to that weight, carrying that extra power, not falling down as much to make super bantamweight. How effective will he be this time around?
I think everything was new to him. He's with that featherweight fight, I mean, it was great for him. He felt fantastic, but the whole way through the camp, he didn't know where he wanted to be and what weight he wanted to enter the ring at. And I just said, look, just eat normal, eat clean, don't go hungry, and allow your body to settle. And it was settling around 9 stone 12, 9 stone 13. So that's the weight that we went in the ring at. And I think now that we've gone through that training camp and we've got that experience, I think he's close to that weight now, and he can do a whole 2 months camp at that weight, and I think you're going to see more improved, more energized. Also, that's the first time he's been in a high-paced fight since Kiko Martinez first fight. That was the last high-paced fight, and so he's once again it's fresh off his mind. He knows he can do 12 rounds at a really high pace. He felt good at the end, got his second win. So these are all things that he can take a lot of confidence from, and I think come January 28th. So everyone's moving here. Come January 28th, he's going to be amazing. I think he's seeing an even better Carl Frampton.
This year, Carl Frampton unified the super bantamweight division. He then went on to win the WBO super title at featherweight. Do you think he should have been included in the Sports Personality of the Year, in your opinion?
Most definitely, but I think sorry, go on, David, get under there, mate. No, I definitely think so. It's a bit of a shame, but I just don't think many boxers will recognise it. I mean, I know Nicola Adams was, and she's done amazingly well. But I don't think, obviously BBC aren't involved in boxing. They don't want anything to do with boxing since the Audley Harrison days, and I don't know. I think it's a little bit political. It's a bit of a shame that Carl wasn't included, and I think if he was to be included next year, I'm not sure if he would turn up, because you got to appreciate what people go and do, and he's gone and put himself out there, unified the division, got stepped up, become a 2-weight world champion against a guy who was unbeaten and a 3-weight world champion. So when he was like way down on the bookies' favourites, I think it's a bit of a shame, but this doesn't affect him that much.
Shane, thank you very much for your time today. Still appreciate it. We look forward to seeing some further press stuff. Enjoy America in a couple of days, the American League.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, mate.
All right.